Welcome to another evening of Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, Newcastle's #1 self-proclaimed film, TV, and gaming podcast, and now just a bunch of other shit.
Bullshit.
My name is Dylan, and as always, with my co-host
Mitchell, and we want to know, what is the worst movie that you have ever paid money to see?
Let us know down below, but let's go. Yeah, juicy.
God, I absolutely love that.
Absolutely. Anyway, welcome everybody. It's another evening of this podcast. You can certainly find us over on social media as well, if you would most be inclined to do so.
Absolutely.
Give us a like and a follow and a share and all of that jazz on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search 2C3Pod.
Simple as that. And if you are listening to the podcast, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you follow on all your preferred platforms. Most importantly, Apple Podcasts. Head on over there. 5 stars, write whatever you want. It helps us out a lot. We appreciate it greatly.
That's right.
Patreon.
Yes, absolutely. If you do want a few extra goodies, you can certainly head over to patreon.com/2C3pod. I think that's what it is. Anyway, links are all down below wherever they may be, wherever you're watching and or listening to this episode. So we greatly appreciate it. And
absolutely.
Unfortunately, with this new setup we have going on at the moment, it takes a while to get used to what buttons to press, you know, with all this new setup and the streaming and making it look all professional.
Yeah,
so,
I've got that issue so much.
I know.
I'm under so much oh god, I'm in the notes. I just ruined something.
You've deleted everything that we need
Exactly.
to talk about this week. But essentially to record podcast episodes.
Yes, podcast episodes.
Podcast episodes, of course. You know, we stream it live, and obviously that video is then taken from Twitch, which is where we're streaming that. Where are we streaming it to?
YouTube.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, because you said taken. I was like, oh, wait, we take it to YouTube. But yeah, we do actually search 2C3Pod on YouTube. All the episodes are up there in full if you're listening at a later date. And not only that, DTCR as well.
That's right.
We are streaming twitch.tv/2C3Pod live.
Absolutely. Go follow us there. But in the process of pressing the buttons to make all the flashy things come up on screen for the lovely viewers, I accidentally pressed something else in the process, and the actual recording of the episode in the software has stopped. So the audio that you're going to hear this on a regular episode is going to be ripped from the video, and it's going to be not as good, but it'll be fine.
Wait,
It's
I
perfectly
mean,
fine.
we could theoretically just start again.
We could, but
Anyway. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, exactly. Fuck it. It's ripped from the video. It's all good.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
But
if anybody complains about it, shut the fuck up. You try doing this. Anyway.
Yes. So, as we said at the top of the show, what is the worst film that you have ever seen and paid for? That's what I wanted to know. That's what we wanted to know today. And
that's right.
We started it on the social medias, like you said, 2C3Pod, Facebook and Instagram. Go and search us and follow there and get involved before we go live, because we've got a whole bunch that we can run through from our commenters that may not be joining us right now.
That's right.
That we can go back and forth with as well. But anyway, welcome into Josie and Notice
Tolerance.
Well.
Yes,
thanks
excellent.
for joining us.
Is this sponsored by Rockstar? Fuck it. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh my god, if they did, I would be in heaven. I would be in diabetes heaven.
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, they've all of a sudden one day some random representative of those companies tuned in for whatever reason, and they saw you have a Rockstar can, and I've got a Red Bull on my side, and both companies was like, "Let's do this.
Let's do a bidding war."
I'd be like, "Okay,
exactly."
We'll take it.
And we either make the genius or bonehead decision to reject the first offer, and then they go, "Oh fuck it, they're not worth it," and we're like, "No, battle."
Yeah, we want to know who's going to give us the most money.
Exactly, that's right. But anyway, so before we rip into the Facebook and Instagram comments from the posts from earlier this afternoon, we need to know, what is Dylan's most regretful choice of paying for a film?
Okay.
Either in theaters or a Blu-ray or a DVD from when you're a kid. Something that you spent pocket money on, you know, so hyped for, and then bam, you were pissed or you were sad. It just affected you and it stuck with you.
So I've got a few to choose from.
Here we go.
Nothing, like, it took me a while to really think about what I wanted my solid answer to be, because there's been a few experiences where I've gone to the cinemas and I just hated the cinema experience. But realistically, the movie was fine.
Okay.
The first one that springs to mind, and, you know, those who have been listening to this podcast for a while...
I was going to say.
The Gallows.
I was going to say, I knew that one. And that one, like you said, is purely cinema experience.
Yeah, because it was full of teenage cunt faces who just screamed and yelled at the cinema the whole fucking time. And I ended up yelling at the kid next to me because he was like, "Just kill yourself." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up." And he was like, and he was quiet for the rest of the film.
How old were you at this time? Because that came out in 2014, I think. Maybe?
Oh, no, I went to see it with Taylor, and we've been together 6 years.
Oh, that's
so 2015, 2016, around that time.
Yeah, okay, right. So, so you were still
I was this size and this angry then, but more angry because of other reasons. And that kid and the rest of the cinema, like, God damn it. But the movie itself, if I go back to rewatch it, it's probably fine. So
regretful experience, and you regret spending money on that film for that reason, but not the film itself.
Not the film itself.
What about the film?
The
setting was fine. Everything was fine.
Yep. I went through the list of like Cinebuzz information about what movies that I have seen under my Cinebuzz account since 2017, and I'm going through going like, you know what, I liked most of these films.
Of course, at least to a degree.
There are a few duds in there.
Yeah, but nothing that you go, oh, I wish I didn't pay for it.
Well, there's two. Well, there's one that I went to the cinemas to see, and another one that is what I bought on DVD and Blu-ray. First one, Slender Man. That movie sucks balls.
Understandable.
And I'm scrolling through going, these are all the movies I've seen in the last 3-4 years now. Yeah. And that one stands out to me as a complete piece of shit among all the other pieces of shit that there was 50 Shades Free. Yeah, that was expected to suck. Yeah. There was The Darkest Minds, which was like an X-Men style romantic comedy drama bullshit that sucked as well. But nothing makes me think, just go, oh, what a bad,
and you actually walked out going, why did I bother?
Yeah. I'm not one to walk out on movies, but that would be one where I could have, but it just sucks so bad.
We've got an interesting one here in the comments from Notice.
Yeah.
I actually hated Wanted. And I paid to see it on Amazon.
Wanted's I don't know. I like that movie. I really fucking do.
Wanted came out when I worked at a video store. Did you know I worked at a video store?
Did you work at a video store?
I did work. We'll have to save that story for another time.
Wait, hold on a minute. Isn't there a TV series now?
Oh, I'm not sure. Actually, let us know in the comments below if there is, because I'm not too sure.
I believe there is, but the
James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie, I remember when it came out, and I got fucking sick of the trailer because I had to hear it on loop multiple times in a shift. But I remember watching that, and I was okay with it.
I've seen that movie.
It was serviceable.
I've seen that movie multiple times, and I really like it. It's one of the earliest.
There's somebody else in it as well.
Morgan Freeman's in it.
He is in it. Okay, I was going to say Morgan Freeman, but didn't want to embarrass myself. Yeah. But yeah, okay, no worries. And yes, Claude is in here right now. Yes.
Oh, can you see? Yes, you can see him in the corner there.
Yeah, he decided to stick around for this one, that's for sure. Yeah. Mum spotted the kitty as well.
But yeah, Slender Man, I fucking hated it. But going back to, there's the thing, the pop-up thing that I was telling you about.
Oh, wonderful. Good. Yeah, exactly. Anyway. Make sure to shout out the all the extra things you see pop up on the screen.
Angelina Jolie's lips in Wanted, boys.
Oh, boys. Yeah. Boys. 2008, I was 16. It was like, okay, I wish I understood why I'm aroused. No, but Danger Man pops in with the Wanted is his favorite action movie of all time. So that one seems to be up for debate.
You know what really does suck about Wanted though? The video game. Oh, Beowulf with Angelina Jolie, am I right?
Oh yeah, that's
animated,
but they tried to make it realistic, but technology wasn't there yet, and it was fucking gross.
But there's like a scene. There's like a scene where she kind of hops out of the water and she's kind of naked but animated. Anyway, no. The King, welcome in the King. I see you in the chat there. Hello.
No, exactly, that's right.
But the Wanted video game fucking sucks balls. Yeah. But going back to my other option of movies that I bought on DVD.
Well, before you do that, can I jump into my first one? Oh
yes, of course you can.
Welcome to 2C3 Pod, hosted by Dylan and like chaperoned by Mitchell. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to jump into one that I remember paying for at the cinemas and walking out and going, I just wasted 2 hours.
Yep.
Year One.
Oh, did you go to the movies to see that movie? Yeah.
I was 17.
Yeah.
Year One. Jack Black, Michael Cera, about Year One in history, and oh boy, I remember sitting there just going, okay, it'll start soon. And then Hank Azaria came on for a little moment, a little cameo. And I remember he had a line where he was about to sacrifice his son. And they walk up, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, we're just playing a game of Bernie, cut. And I went, And that's the only reaction for the whole thing. And I walked out and went, why? Yeah. I will never watch that again. I enjoy Jack Black. I enjoy Michael Cera. I don't want them together.
Yeah, I've seen that movie once a long time ago. Oh, I remember it being fine to watch like at home on like the small television, just when there's nothing else on and you want a dumb comedy.
Yeah,
because every time anybody reminds me of that film's existence, there's a particular scene in the trailer for that film where they're on like at the back of a horse and cart and they've never experienced the wheel before.
Oh yeah,
and they're going like 2 kilometers an hour and they're going woo.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a fine joke right there. But that's the only thing about that movie that I remember.
No, yeah. I just remember it wasn't about the experience or so. It was just the fact that I feel like I was at an age, and I don't want to sound like a pompous arsehole, but where my taste buds were maturing, like for comedy, you know? Like that was right around the time that, like, you know, Superbad.
Oh yeah.
Like, so Superbad had already come out, and I saw that, and I'm like, yes, that's fucking hilarious. Level, love that film so much. And then the year after that comes out, and it was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Michael Cera, what are you doing? And it was like one of the first times I actually looked at somebody and went, just don't take the paycheck. Like, why?
Don't do it. Yeah. The King in here says Overlord. Got that on DVD. I literally fell asleep. That's the only time I've fallen asleep in a movie. Oh man, Overlord is one of my favorite movies of all time. That's that Nazi Germany zombie-esque horror film, J.J. Abrams.
I remember the cover from working at the video store.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I haven't seen it.
Overlord is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
It's the closest we'll ever get to a live-action Wolfenstein movie for the gamers out there.
Oh, no, never mind. I apologize. I was confusing it with Dead Snow.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I just remember you said Nazi Germany and like that kind of thing. Yeah, okay.
No,
so
Overlord is fantastic.
So you enjoy Overlord, but Overlord, okay, very. I like this, the back and forth. That's good. All right. Now, why don't you hit us with the Blu-ray DVD purchase that you just like were like, why?
So I'm still...
and then sorry, we will run through the social media comments, okay? Make sure that we get everybody involved. That's why we wanted to do that before the show.
Absolutely. So the one, like, I'm still kind of the person who goes through my local JB Hi-Fi for those international listeners. It's like our local store that sells DVDs and Blu-rays still. And I still go up and I see something interesting and I look at it for a while and I go, you know what? I might buy that. And eventually I do sometimes.
Yeah. But I've watched how good are the 3 for $30 bins? You know those ones?
Oh, yeah.
Love a good multi-buy.
Yeah, take my money. But there's been a few movies which I've really found my favorite films, like Bone Tomahawk, for example, was one I just picked off the shelf.
Is Kurt Russell in that? Sorry?
Yes, yeah,
of course. Bearded Kurt Russell.
Bearded Kurt Russell.
Got to be bearded.
Shaved Kurt Russell. That's right. But a movie that I kept looking at for ages, and I never saw it on any streaming services or on TV or anything like that. It was a zombie film called Patient Zero.
Okay.
It's got Matt Smith and...
Oh, Doctor Who dude?
Doctor Who dude, yes.
Okay, yeah.
It's funny to say.
That'll work, yeah.
And it's also got an actor who I'm a huge fan of. Remember that trailer that we looked at a little while ago for Trailer Park? It's Colin Firth and the bald dude, and they're a gay couple, but they're an older couple.
Oh, yeah, Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci, yeah. He's in it, and it's
all... Tucky,
for those however you like to pronounce it. That's right.
Yes.
He plays kind of like the villain where he's infected with this thing, but he still has full control over himself. And anyway, the DVD looked cool. It was an interesting concept. I bought it. I paid money for it.
Okay.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, right.
It's a dog shit movie.
I don't even think I've heard of it.
Good.
Yeah, no, exactly. Thank you for the warning.
Yeah, you're a person who likes good zombie films. You're a fan of zombie films. So I like to see, and the reason this one caught my attention is because there were so many zombie movies at the time.
Yeah, right.
This was one that I hadn't heard of. That had a good casting and a decent sized looking budget.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's check this out.
Yeah, give it a bash.
And at the time, Matt Smith, Doctor Who dude, was starting to get up there in Hollywood status. You know, he was starring in the latest Terminator film, which he barely did.
I was going to say he had left Doctor Who at that point, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. So he was trying to get out there and
never did. But
I was going to say, what's he done since?
His performance in that movie was, even though he was the main. Stanley Tucci was fine.
Yeah.
But the movie as a whole, don't watch it.
Okay.
Anyway,
yes. We'll add that to the list.
We've got a couple more in here before we get to yours.
Get into it, man.
Identity Thief with Melissa McCarthy from Josie.
Identity Thief,
and that's got Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. Yeah, no, I never saw that because it looked terrible, and I was hating on Melissa McCarthy at the time that came out.
It's a fairly standard Melissa McCarthy movie, so if you don't mind her comedy, I didn't mind it. It's another one of those films where you kind of just go, you put it on if there's nothing else.
Yeah,
but we've got one from Notice, 3 for $30. Is that a movie or
30 for $30? The ESPN documentary series?
No, that's sorry. He's referring to the special from JB Hi-Fi, 3 for $30.
Oh yeah,
Book of Eli and 9.
Wait.
Oh wait, hold on. No. I think I'm reading this into context. 3 for $30. He found Book of Eli and 9 from that deal. He bought those movies because of that deal.
Okay.
So I thought you meant like you didn't like those movies.
Yeah, you're not incling Book of Eli in that list, right? Because I enjoyed that film.
It's an Eli Roth film.
Oh yeah, exactly. Never let Dylan take a podcast solo. That's for sure.
Oh yes, movie 43 will show Splonkle. I haven't seen it and I never will.
No, exactly. That is on my list along with Norbit and what's the other one? Oh, Jack and Jill that I will never fucking watch.
Do not watch.
Yeah, they're just ones that even the poster I'm just like, nah. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yep. Anyway.
All right. Do we want to run through some social media ones?
Did you have one more to go?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, actually, I will mention one briefly. I won't stick on it for too long, but it was one that came out, and the movie itself, very tasteless jokes, wasn't that great. A-list cast, and I just remember an overwhelming feeling of homophobia in it.
Oh,
and
shit.
it made me so uncomfortable. And I've heard people love this film.
Really?
And I've grown up and I'm like, nope, it's still just as bad. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh, yeah. The reason I hate that movie is because there's an Australian version with Australian Michael Keaton and
Strange Bedfellows.
Strange Bedfellows.
Of course.
Which is amazing.
It's brilliant.
It's the same movie, but it's so much better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. I remember going with about 4 friends. I think it came out maybe 2005 or something. So it was high school friends, you know, that kind of thing. And they were laughing it up. And it took like 5 minutes. And I'm like, why am I uncomfortable? I barely even understood sexuality as it was at that age, whatever age I was. But I was just like, this just seems mean.
Yeah.
You know, like, and there's the whole thing.
I think there's a lot of people out there.
I did not enjoy it whatsoever.
You know how we always talk about movies, especially Adam Sandler movies, those comedies where you just go in, switch your brain off. People kind of sit there with their popcorn, you know, eating their popcorn and just being totally retarded in that sense. I think that movie is for those kind of people, you know. Yeah. So that's fair that you felt uncomfortable with that movie because there is, from what I remember, there is a lot of. Oh, and even
all the humor is based around. Is he gay? You know, like, you can't appear gay. You know,
you watch that now and just think, like, anyway, it's
grow up. Oh,
grow up. Yeah,
grow
that's
up.
right.
Yeah, no, but anyway, so that one made me a little bit like, I did not like it at all.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's get on to the social media requests of the films that people really fucking hated. We've got a few mentions on Instagram.
Yes, well, I was going to run through the Facebook ones first because there's only a couple. Okay, so we had you mentioned Wilshire Spronkel before. Well, Wilshire Spronkel mentioned another one on Facebook earlier, The Meg.
The Meg. Yeah, I haven't seen it and I probably never will.
The Jason Statham, and I believe Rainn Wilson is also in that film, and I did not hear any good remarks about it, really. And we don't really fucking need a big shark movie.
Yeah.
We've seen enough.
Like, we've
and
had
we
Jaws,
know that they hurt.
And Jaws is enough. Jaws is great, leave it there. Deep Blue, if you're really feeling picky, it's fine, but just leave it there.
Yeah, Deep Blue.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of like, people love it.
I'd rather a new Street Sharks film, to be honest.
Oh man, Street Sharks! I had all the toys.
It's so fucking. I know, right?
Yeah, they go through the ground.
Yeah, exactly. They were like they were sturdy fucking toys.
Oh man,
but they were like soft rubber, but hard rubber.
You could smash them together.
Yeah, that's fucking great. Yeah,
Let us know down below if you're listening to this and watching this. Street Sharks, 90s kids.
Yes,
Street Sharks.
Absolutely. Actually, Mum, if you're watching, please tell me the name of that fucking rabbit that I still have the toy of. And I watched it, and he had a whole crew, and it was fucking amazing. Like this
a cartoon TV.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but yeah, this rabbit, and then he had like a bulldog as well, and like it was so fucking good, dude.
Maybe this can be the question for next week. What's your favorite like childhood cartoon show or something like that?
Well, there's another thing as well. If you have a suggestion for a question that you want us to focus on next week or in a future week, let us know. Like, as in we write them down in the notes. But
absolutely.
Anyway, we had another one. Now Justo Avard on Facebook said The Fog from 2005,
and I agreed with him.
No, but the thing is, The Fog is a 1978 John Carpenter film. Is he mistaking it for The Mist?
Mist. Yeah, well, speaking of The Fog, there's actually news about that later in this episode. There's
Bucky O'Hare. Thank you, Mum. Do you remember Bucky O'Hare?
I'm going to have to Google it now.
Yeah, please do, because Bucky O'Hare, I was obsessed.
That shit was off top.
Dude, it was so good. Yeah.
All right, okay, now I thought he meant The Fog as in like The Mist from 2005, because that movie.
Well, that's what. If he didn't put 2005, I would be like, what's wrong with the John Carpenter? It's a plastic. I've got it on Blu-ray, motherfucker.
Milo and Otis is a great movie. Yep.
Wait, don't you? They're not cursing out Milo and Otis, are they?
No, I'm saying it's a great movie.
No, I know, but I'm not sure about that if that's a wasted money movie.
Well, no. Have a time out if they think that.
Absolutely, yeah. I had that on VHS at my aunt's place.
Yep.
Anyway, all right.
What else we have?
No. But I was just saying, if he's talking about The Mist, he's completely wrong. It's fantastic.
No,
it's probably the
greatest
ending in cinematic history ever. It's fantastic. I'm sorry. If you want to pull on the heartstrings,
shit.
You want to pull on the heartstrings of an audience
see the
and then wrap them up your intestines and shit all over them, that's the one to do it.
You want to see the world's biggest fucking setup for a fucking twist ever, and then it's just like a dumb twist.
It's a great twist. It's a
Dr.
fantastic...
Boom, welcome in, my friend. Oh. What a dumb fucking movie that movie is.
It's fantastic.
Anyway, the TV show's not bad.
Sorry, they're having their own conversation in chat talking about comfortable movies. You guys keep going about it. That's fine. Just make sure to preface it. Otherwise, we're going to call you out for going, it's a great movie.
Yeah, that's right. Dr. Boom, I don't know what you're referring to with the command set up there. If you want to ask us a question, send us a message over on Discord or Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Send us a PM, a DM, whatever you call it.
All right, heading over to the Instagram side now as well. Yep. We had another one mentioned by Josie, who's in the chat right now. The new Wrong Turn film.
Oh, yes, of course.
I can speak from personal experience. Not fucking wrong. I briefly touched on it off air with you last week. That movie... Okay, first, everybody in chat, write it all at the same time if you've seen the Wrong Turn franchise. First thing you think of, who are the bad guys?
Oh, yeah, you asked. I didn't expect you to pass it to me.
Who are the bad guys?
Inbred hillbillies.
Exactly, that's right. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Nah.
After you told me about that and you told me how much you hated it, I almost convinced Taylor to go see it. Because I was so... And also, babe, I don't have command set up just yet. So if you want to find our Discord, head over to the About tab on Twitch. But yes. I was like, you know what? There's a horror movie out at the moment. Do you want to go see a horror movie of any capacity? We didn't go see it.
No. But I can imagine you just being like, no, babe. But like, it's a horror movie of that. Oh, well, do you know anything about it? Oh, well, Mitch saw it. Oh, what did he think? Fucking thought it was shit. And you're like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to go to that. Not really the best argument, that's for sure. But yeah. No, but that's but the thing about it as well, that's what you think about the film and that, but then they tried to basically pencil in an entire other film into it and change the concept completely.
Yuck.
And then at the end, nothing redeemed it, and no.
After watching the trailer, it's called, or at the end you said it was called Wrong Turn, The Foundation. And then watching the trailer, it's all about, oh, here's Wrong Turn, the same hillbillies from 30 years ago or whatever, but now they're building a foundation for a new society or some shit. And I was like...
No, exactly.
They're just inbred hillbillies.
They completely deceive you in the trailer, making you think that it's going to be like anything the originals were, you know?
Yeah.
And then when you finally realize, oh, there's none of them here. Yeah. It's just all downhill from there. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, what else we got?
All right, we also had the greatest man that ever lived, sorry, Darcy, on Facebook. Fantastic Four Reboot.
Oh, yeah.
The one starring Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, I believe.
No.
Oh, really?
No. Miles Teller.
Oh, yeah, of course. And who was the gentleman who threw his career away, essentially? And then tried to make
career away?
Well, he tried to make a comeback with Capone.
Yeah. Josh Trank.
Yes.
Right.
Josh Trank.
Tom Hardy, he's as popular as ever.
No, yeah, of course. The Josh Trank film that, like, he threw his everything into and everyone was just like, man, he was like, meh, and actually cried.
Yeah, that's right. So that, like, I didn't, like, overtly hate that movie. I saw what they were going for.
Yeah.
It just really did bore the fuck out of me. And I rewatched it a little while ago to think, you know what, maybe there's some redeeming elements to this.
No.
No, it's just a fucking terrible movie.
I still haven't seen it, but yeah, no,
don't watch it.
You mocked me, but I genuinely thought, I forgot it existed. And I honestly was like, oh yeah, Jessica Alba. Yeah, wasn't that good, was it? You know,
I like those movies because they're dumb and fun.
Exactly, yeah. It serves its purpose. Oh, it's also got Michael Chiklis in it.
And I was a kid at the time. It's like the Phantom Menace.
No, that's exactly
I was
right,
6 or 7 when that movie came out. Despite what the quality is now, loved it as a kid. There's always that nostalgia factor. So the new Fantastic Four tried to go so serious and they just fucked it up. But the originals were fun. Yeah.
Anyway, no, absolutely.
What else we got?
All right, we had our good buddy Tyler Gunn jump in, mentioning this is 40, but he prefaced it by saying, yes, but at the same time, I did say to the girlfriend at the time,
let's go see a bad movie.
Let's go see a bad funny movie, like a crappy funny movie. So he said, I guess I got what I paid for.
That was a spin-off to a pretty decent film, Knocked Up.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, no, and I remember watching it and it was serviceable.
Yeah, it was fine.
Like, as in, I love Paul Rudd. I love Leslie Mann.
Yeah, so do I.
So seeing those two together, it wasn't, painful to watch, but I mean, it didn't go down as one I'm going to watch again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But it wasn't one that you could overtly go, oh, yuck. It was just, it exists and it doesn't affect you in any way, pretty much. Yeah.
No, that's exactly right.
Do we have any others?
Yeah, there were. I just wanted to see because he chucked another one in the comments and I just can't see the comments where I am right now.
Yep.
We also had, Josie mentioned again, I bought the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind on DVD because Mark Ruffalo was in it and she couldn't even finish it.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't you like that movie or am I thinking of something different?
I enjoy it. But okay. It's not one that I watch multiple times, but I have seen it maybe twice in that, and I enjoy it. I don't mind seeing Jim Carrey branch himself out a little bit,
Oh yeah,
the one with Kate Winslet.
I keep getting it mixed up with, I think it's like 500 Days of Summer or something like that. It's like long movie names. I know they're different. I was going to say, but I haven't seen any of them.
Nobody ever besmirched the name of 500 Days of Summer and just gonna live it.
Yeah.
I'll take
it. But I just keep sort of forgetting exactly what which movie that is. But
now this comment absolutely cracked me up from Joshua Lavelle saying, "Tomorrow When the War Began."
Yeah.
Mentioning that movie as one that he wasted paying. And then he said, and for some reason, I also bought the Blu-ray.
Why did you buy that?
I don't understand that, but at the same time, it's like, yep, okay, no, fair enough. Yeah.
The only thing I like about that movie is that it's filmed where I was kind of living at the time. So there's a lot of like scenes in that film, which I'm like, I drive past that every day. I've been to that shop before. And also I met one of the actors once at the Dungog Film Festival. Remember me telling you about that?
Did you go to the Dungog
I went to the Dungog Film Festival.
Yes, you were a sound mixer engineer.
Yes, that's
you were
right.
A boom mic holder.
Yes, we made a dumb movie that was really bad in comparison to all the others. So there was one that was really great. But that guy was there and everyone kept saying that I looked like him at the time because I kind of had longish hair. I was kind of chubby. He looked like the actor.
Yeah.
No fucking idea who that guy is, or where he is now, or what he's done since. But that's the only thing I like about that movie is the fact that it was filmed here in Newcastle. But other than that,
no. Well, there was one of the Superman movies as well.
Superman Returns. It was filmed in Sydney, and The Matrix was filmed on Pitt Street. There was some.
No, but there was some filmed here in Newcastle.
Yes, that's correct.
I remember City Hall. They used that building. It's so weird that they got a whole fucking film crew to come out here for City Hall.
I know. I'm sure
I've seen so many homeless people sleeping on that building, and I've grown up going past it, going, "It's an old building."
And the weird thing about that is too, like, that hasn't happened since.
No, we haven't had anything in Newcastle of that proportion.
Apart from like what the Bathurst race cars or whatever it is like comes to Newcastle now. That's about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And then we get the Amity Affliction at the uni. Like that kind of thing, you know. But
I've played there. That's no big deal.
Lest we forget our gods of the Bootmen.
Oh yes, the
Bootmen.
Yes, for sure, yes. Absolutely.
I will never forget those gentlemen who came here to Nobbies. And then we also had our Battleship.
Battleship. Have you seen Battleship?
No,
it's bad. Movie.
I'm one of those people who very heavily relies on the trailer.
Yeah,
like I've seen some terrible movies.
Liam Neeson, not bad. Rihanna as an actor, dog shit.
Yeah,
bad movie.
No, but man, of course, I'm sure she'd enjoy being on a ship. At least, like, if it rained, she would have her umbrella.
Oh yes.
Stick around for the comedy.
Speaking of jokes, what do we got here? All right.
Oh yeah, dad jokes. Yeah,
of course. What do you call a belt with a watch on it?
Belt with a watch on it.
Yeah.
You call that a... nope. Never mind. There's going to be a clock joke in there.
No, a waste of time.
I'm
laughing because you're...
yeah.
I got you.
Okay, yeah. No. Have you heard of the new music group Cellophane?
I have not.
They mostly rap. Oh,
not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Not bad.
No, exactly.
Yeah. But Ronnie, anyway, welcome in... R2 Bonnie, sorry.
So, so just wanted to say, make sure to head on over, if you haven't already, to the social medias, 2C3pod on Instagram and Facebook. We'll be posting the question before we jump in live on air. Yep. So if you can't make it to the recording, it's all right. We'll still get to your suggestion.
Absolutely. Cool. You didn't kind of end that sentence there. It was kind of weird.
Yes.
Anyway, exactly. We've gone through those. If you've got any more, definitely let us know. But sure, you've mentioned top of the notes this week that is it China that's had the box office success.
Yes.
It's just absolutely blown this week's or this month's box office record out of the water, apparently. Do you have information on what that means?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, basically, okay, so we all know what's going on in the world and how the movies are shut down.
Really? What's going on?
Oh, well, apparently there's these scheduling conflicts and a cobweb on my face. But no, so basically, China... was obviously affected, and its theatrical goings and stuff did shut down for a while. America still fucking is shut down. We're fortunate enough, knock wood, that our cinema going has barely been affected, which is great. But China, they have basically proven that they are back to better than ever, more so than ever. So they have a franchise over there called Detective Chinatown.
That sounds amazing.
I know, exactly. I kind of want to watch it because it's like a comedy action, like in a group of like misfit people, you know, like haha, good times.
Those comedy action films that are made in foreign countries, foreign to us countries like India and China, they just seem so much, or Russia, for example, they just seem so much more crazy than like American productions.
No, absolutely.
Yes,
but
continue.
Anyway, the third installment of this film opened And its first day release, it opened with $160 million in one day.
That's massive.
In one day. And then for the whole weekend, closed it out for a 3-day weekend with $397.2 million.
That's fucking
for
extraordinary.
a weekend. Like, that's good gross for a, like, month.
Yeah.
You know, for a normal, like, just generic action film kind of thing. But $397.2 million over one weekend, which basically proves that they're good now with their industry and stuff and things being open.
Seems like the Chinese
accessible.
cinematic market, like people over there really needed to go to the movies, and they absolutely did to see the latest and greatest action blockbuster comedy. So
no, that's
props
right.
to them for actually reeling in those numbers, because you always hear about certain franchises relying on China to be like the success, like in Star Wars, for example, and things like that. Or Terminator, you hear about the Chinese box office as apparent as opposed to everything else.
Well, one of the big ones that got pushed back and is still pushed back at the moment was relying on this market was James Bond.
Yeah,
if you remember correctly, like they are huge in China. So that one being pushed back was mostly because China couldn't work. So at the moment that China's back, that's fantastic. But it also did fall at the beginning of their week-long Lunar New Year celebration where the whole country almost shuts down kind of thing. So it was just a matter of like perfect timing and stuff. But it's especially weird to hear of a third, like a third sequel or a second sequol, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Pull in that kind of number as well. And
usually like if like a popular franchise like this comes out of the woodworks out of nowhere, essentially, you know, it'll have a success, and then like obviously the sequel's sort of less and less. But in this case, people just, as I said, people just really wanted to go to the movies that weekend, and that was on. Yeah. So, you know, and you hear about like these movies that keep going, like IP Man. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think there's been like 3 finales alone.
I know, right? But you never hear about IP Man 10 breaking box office records.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah,
4,
it's got its audience. It's going to make its dollary dues. But
that's right.
The fact that it's crazy numbers. But
I'm interested to check this one out to see whether we're going to get a theatrical release here in Australia after the popularity and the success of this, because it seems to me that it's similar in the vein of Parasite, where all of a sudden it gets massive reviews and notifications about this sort of information worldwide, and the rest of the world takes notice. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, maybe we should actually put this thing on, you know, and you know, give it that worldwide spread. So whether we see this here in Australia, we'll see. Yeah,
exactly. Like you said, we'll see, but we have been getting a bit more of a influx of those foreign films lately as well. I'm not sure if the alerts are popping up, man, but thank you, Burnsy93, for the follow. I think we both know who that might actually be, which is exciting.
Thank you very much for that follow. It may have popped up, but there's no sound.
Okay.
So it's just a little thing in the bottom corner. So please let me know if you're watching this, if the little thing pop up in the corner or not. I didn't actually get to see it.
I was going to say exactly. We want to make sure that we can shout out the people jumping in, following us and all of that kind of stuff. Also subbing. I mean, it's there if you want special emotes and stuff. We are verified. So.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, there goes that little stream elements thing again. Yeah.
Oh, very good. That's happening way too often. I need to change that.
Stop singing Wonderwall to I said maybe.
Anyway, so on the other end of the spectrum, you've got another bit of
pretty fun.
You've got more jokes. I read it. Yeah.
No, I was gonna. Yeah, you read it.
You can read it out loud.
I was gonna say, Birdsy jumping in with the. Oh wait, there you go. We'll show Schwonkel will just follow.
There we go. There it is. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, because we can't hear that. So if you start following us, make sure to like say, "Oi, I just followed," so we can thank you. Okay, because we want to say thank you as you go along. Anyway, my wife asked me to stop singing Wonderwall to her. I said, maybe. That's so good. I love that. Thank you for the jokes. Make sure to chuck in your best dad jokes. Of course, we had that episode a couple of weeks ago, but not only that, let us know what the worst movie is that you paid to see is.
That's right. Absolutely. Right? You too are too, Bonnie. We're not doing song requests, but definitely let us know what your most hated movie was. Anyway, on to the next bit of news. Paramount's romantic adventure comedy, The Lost City of Dick. Is that what you're referring to there? Did I steal your joke?
All right, we don't need the whole fucking section now. I was going to gear into this amazing fucking joke, you prick.
Sorry, dude.
But anyway, all right, we may as well just jump into a little bit, though. But anyway, Paramount has announced that there is going to be a new romantic action comedy starring Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. Odd duo, like I thought. Like, you know, like...
They're like 30 years different.
That's
Sandra
what I mean.
Bullock is 30 years his senior, but like you could still picture them together.
No, exactly. And I had that thought and was like, wait a minute. Is Channing Tatum actually like... 58? Like, I just had the little, and then I was like, no. But anyway, yeah. So it's called The Lost City of D, and it really makes me wonder if Sandra is having some trouble trying to find some love.
Oh, because, well, I don't know.
She's heading there, and he's got to save her with the D.
Oh, that's what's going on. So
she's looking for that lost city of D because she ain't getting no swipes anymore.
Oh, well.
But anyway.
From looking at the article...
Funnier. Would have been funnier.
Sorry, my dude. After reading through the description here, it's about a novel writer who is looking for the city of the D or whatever it is, and then all of a sudden
she's looking for no more city. She's just looking for the D.
Looking for the D.
Yep.
And then it turns out that she found it or something.
Yeah.
But what's Channing Tatum got to do with this? Any of this?
Where did he fit in all this? I believe if you go a little bit further, he's a saver.
He
saves her and says, "No, too much tea.
Maybe
I've got an average amount.
You're gonna get lost. I'll give you my D." Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Most likely. Anyway.
But anyway, so yeah, it's actually got a bit of written by Dana Fox, who's done a couple of romantic comedies, but based off a treatment from Seth Gordon, who did Horrible Bosses and mentioned previously Identity Thief. So Horrible Bosses and then Identity Thief.
Yeah, Horrible Bosses is quite good.
Maybe he'll hit the sweet D spot.
Yeah, maybe the D spot. Anyway, we do have 2 dabs to redeem, so you're ready for the...
And then coming at the other side. I went the wrong way. I'm going to give you another... No, I went to do it the other way and then realized back from my streaming days, I cannot go back and forth because when I do this, I go...
What do you mean?
It's supposed to be like that, and I just instinctively go like, okay, dab. Wait a minute. Yeah, I've done something wrong. But anyway, thank you for redeeming the dabs. Who redeemed those? Sorry.
We've got Taser and Notice, of course.
Thank you very much. Make sure to check out the channel points, of course. And
yes, isn't he a male stripper? Isn't he a male stripper in another film? Yeah, in 2 films actually, and they're both fantastic movies.
Yeah.
Magic Mike 1 and 2, great films.
No, exactly. And
there's a lot of sexy dudes and a lot of heart.
Yeah, but you hate seeing fucking like. I hate seeing misogynistic guys just look at a film like that and go, gay. you know that there was a dude, a bro, walking by a poster and went, fucking gay.
Yeah.
You gay? No, I'm not gay. Fuck that. Fuck Tottenham. Like, yeah.
And then go to watch a movie like Hustlers.
No, yeah. Well, yes, of course. And Hustlers was crap.
Yeah, it was crap.
It was crap as a film. Exactly. And that's the thing. I had a great time watching.
As a film, the dancing was fine.
No, I'm saying Magic Mike was a good film.
Yeah.
Hustlers. It's got the boobies I like. It's got, pretty girls. It was shit.
It's a crap movie.
I had an awful time.
It tried to follow that cinematic writing of this film's got a lot of heart and is telling the story behind the characters.
Yeah,
and all of that, which Magic Mike does well.
Magic Mike
does really well.
Yeah.
It's just that Hustlers just didn't do it quite as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's still an enjoyable film in its own right, but just not as good as Magic Mike. Magic Mike, that's
essentially
The dancing is. We're doing a Magic Mike review now.
Yeah.
The dancing is impressive. The dudes know what they're doing. There's that scene with Joe Manganiello in number 2 where he's dancing. Manganiello? How do you say his fucking name?
I say Manganello.
Manganese. Anyway,
Yeah,
there's Joe Dungeons and Dragons. He's like dancing through the service station.
Yeah.
And like, he's squirting the water everywhere. He's got his shirt off. And like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's funny.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's right. And as long as you're a mature adult, you can enjoy that fucking film.
That's right. And Matthew McConaughey was in that first one as well. But here we go. Burnsy, the worst movie that I can think of that I saw at the movies was AVP 2.
Okay.
Worst ending? I agree. For an overly enjoyable, or not overly, but for a pretty well enjoyable, solid movie.
Serviceable?
Serviceable, despite what you think about the AVP franchise as a whole. The ending completely sucked a huge dick. Yeah. And R2 Bonnie is saying Norbert was most cringe. Yes, we've talked about that. Absolutely.
Yes,
Norbert
that is on my I will never watch again list. And I just remembered as well, just going to give you a shout out, R2 Bonnie. You're a follower from my Five Nights at Freddy's time.
Oh, really?
Bonnie, yeah, the character from Five Nights at Freddy's. So thank you for coming in and sticking around. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you for that.
No,
but
absolutely.
yes. What was I talking about? Yeah, AVP. The ending of the movie was literally like, hey, we don't know how to wrap this up. Let's drop a bomb on the entire city and just clean up the whole thing. Boo.
Let's drop a bomb on this fucking studio. No, but I hate movies like that like just literally just try and go, we fixed it. You can tell somebody was you can tell somebody was writing that and was just like, yeah, this is perfect, that's great, yep, awesome, twist, that's sweet, that's awesome. Oh man, I've really put myself in the bomb. Fixed it.
Yeah, done.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
but Notice comes around with Prometheus. Great movie, liked it. Keep it away from
that was
Ridley Scott Alien
it was
sequel
a prequel.
We've talked about this plenty of times. Keep that movie.
Charlize Theron, Guy Pearce.
Yeah, well, he's in both Alien Covenant and that.
Okay, right. Yeah, no. Well, I saw Prometheus at the theaters, and I have no idea about that whole storyline and stuff. So I watched it and went, "Yeah, it's a film."
Keep that shit away from the Alien franchise. Yeah, keep it separate. Okay. It's fine on its own.
So it was kind of forced into that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was supposed to be Ridley Scott's magnum opus, essentially, and it was just like, "Hey, here's this wider answer to the universe that we didn't want." Anyway.
Fair enough, yeah.
So moving on, we've got a little bit of news as well, which has certainly hit the internet slate lately, and some people are happy and some people are unhappy.
Oh, well, let's find out.
Yeah, so the next on the list is Pedro Pascal, who's just absolutely taking all of the roles from everybody right now. Yep. You'd know him from Wonder Woman 1984. You'd know him from... what else is The Mandalorian? You'd know him from
that little thing, yeah. You'd know him from the community table read that they did to raise money for charity during COVID.
Very good. And you'd also know him apparently from Game of Thrones. I haven't seen it, but apparently he's in it. Anyway, he's going to be playing the character of Joel in the Last of Us film, adaptation, TV adaptation. It says.
Oh, so it's a series.
I think so. We'll read more into this article in a moment. But we've also got an actor who's been picked out to play Ellie, the daughter figure, essentially, of The Last of Us.
Is it Elliot Page?
It is not Elliot, Anthony Page, whatever. Everyone talked about that initially because there are a lot of similarities, but that's bygones be bygones.
Oh, no, I know.
But no, we've got Bella Ramsey, who was also in Game of Thrones at popularity, but this is where the internet's a little weird.
Okay.
Everybody's totally okay with Pedro Pascal playing the character of Joel, even though everybody initially wanted Hugh Jackman, just because he looks like Joel in Logan.
Okay.
He's already done the old man looking after young girl thing. Leave that in Logan.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal can kind of pull off a younger version of this character.
Yeah.
But Bella Ramsey, people are like, she doesn't quite look like the character.
Oh my God.
Shut the fuck up.
Really? Really?
Just shut the fuck up. She was in Game of Thrones. Apparently she's great.
Yeah.
And she's young enough, and she's scored a role of a fucking lifetime.
No, but this one picture that we've got here on this article from Empire, I look at that and I'm like, I could see that. Just slap a bit of like dirt on the face, like because it's rugged times and stuff. Rough the hair up a little bit. Good.
Yeah.
Close enough.
That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, you also want it to be a good film. I'd rather have somebody who slightly doesn't look like the character but acts their fucking heart out, as opposed to somebody who's fucking identical but goes, I'm fucking sad. Like,
that's right.
Like, imagine an 8-year-old girl doing that, They'd be like, they ruined the film. Oh, but she looked great, right, guys? Like, yeah.
That's right. Sorry. Yeah. So it's a HBO adaptation of the Last of Us video game franchise, which most of you in the chat would probably recognize. Craig Mazin, creator of Chernobyl, is a part of this. Okay. And for those who have been listening to this podcast for a long time, I fucking loved that TV show Chernobyl. It was brilliant.
That was when you had to access things as certain means.
Yes, of course, because I'm not paying for Foxtel. Yes, of course. But anyway, so Craig Mazin, I'm a fan of his work so far.
Yep.
And the Last of Us video games, they tell a pretty interesting, heart-wrenching story about a father figure and a young woman. How that all sort of ties in with the TV show, whether it'll be similar to the video games, I'm hoping so, but what they do with that, I don't know.
Of course.
But it is the kind of thing I think deserves a TV series with a higher budget rather than a condensed movie.
Yeah.
Because the lore and the story can be spread out over the course of 10 episodes plus.
Okay.
So we're interested to see where that happens there. Obviously, it's building off the popularity that there was The Last of Us 2, which came out recently. Haven't played it, probably won't. I don't really care about it.
I remember that game when it came out, got very high marks, though. Yeah,
popular. Exactly. So it's only deserving. And I think, you know what? Fuck.
Why?
Who cares how similar that these people resemble the game? Like, they're both obviously great performers.
We almost need a segment every week called "What
Grumpy Old Man Complain About Shit That Other People Complain About Online."
No, well, yeah, exactly. What's the internet got a gripe with this week? Like, we need a segment like that, because every week we almost have to tell ourselves and just say they have to complain about something. Like, as in we get like all red-faced and mad at the fact that why are they even complaining about that? And we've got to remember, people just want to whinge.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the internet is the greatest, worst thing to ever fucking happen to mankind.
I have Twitter.
Because it gives everybody a voice.
I have Twitter only to follow, like, announcements from id Software about the latest Doom game. But it shows you what other people like and follow and comment on. And I just see so much shit where I'm like, why does that matter?
Yeah, exactly.
Why does anybody care about this particular thing? And I remember, oh, wait, it's Twitter. Hold on. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's its own little beast over there. So we are on 2C3 Pod is on Twitter if you have Twitter and want to follow us.
I just copy whatever you post on Facebook and chuck it over there.
Exactly, that's right. So I mean, if you want replicas, but share and subscribe
for sure. But so Notice is saying that she probably has a HBO contract going on from Game of Thrones. Why not use it if they think that she's got what it takes to perform that particular role? Why the hell not?
That's the thing. If this is a HBO product,
yes,
yeah, exactly. If this is a HBO product, they've clearly been around her for a long time now. And being a child actor that looks pretty fucking similar, settle down internet, it looks pretty fucking similar to this cast, this person they're trying to cast here.
Yep.
Why not? They know she's got the chops.
Yeah,
I mean, and Game of Thrones is one of the most intense TV shows of the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So clearly she can fucking handle it and hang with the big boys and hang with the grown-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
And if she's going to be solo with a grown dude having to do this like rugged fucking movie, fucking why not?
Yeah, why not?
Simple as that.
Absolutely. And there is a lot of other HBO Max or just HBO TV adaptations that we are looking forward to. One most prominently being Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Yet to hear any more news about
Unfortunately, it's been flatlining for a little bit, but
that's right. But so have many other things. But speaking of things being flatlined and brought back from the dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are in Australia, by the way. Just letting you know. Making sure we're interactive.
What?
Yeah.
We're in Australia?
You what, motherfucker? Let's go down to the pie shop and get ourselves a chip and snag.
It is hot in here, but what?
I don't know.
Go down to the shop.
Chip and snag. See, you've heard of the bangers and mash before, right?
Chip and snag.
Well, now we're upgrading to the chip and snag. It's a cross bridge, see? That's when they take the mash and they put it in a chip form, right?
Yeah.
And then they take the banger and they go snag,
Chip and snag.
chip and snag.
Anyway.
Just go get one from the local pie shop, and they sell it at the pie shop. Nobody expects it. I don't know why. I don't know, man. Somebody bought something in my cup.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah, chip and snag.
Chip and snag.
Mr. Spunkle.
Yep.
Yeah, bunning snag.
Yes.
They need to start selling the chips down there with a snag.
Give me 1 second. I've got to go reach for the tissue box here to dry my face.
Well, he mocks me for crying in movies. At least I don't cry at terrible humor.
Yeah, but I enabled you for that because I put on the accent.
I'm sorry. You should know by now if you have a hint of an accent, I'm going to go, oh, what's that we're doing? I could be here falling asleep and you would just have to go, oh, bonjour, and I'd be like, oh, oui, motherfucker. Let's go get baguette and sausage.
That'll be the new following alert. Now, so could someone please clip this when you're watching on Twitch and I'll access it later. Back on track, though. Paranormal Activity.
Actually, sorry, Wilson's got a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Shirt. Chip and snag.
Oh, that's a great fucking idea. Clip that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic.
Or just inbox us on the socials.
That won't happen. Give us a clip.
Exactly. Patreon.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, is anybody a fan of the Paranormal Activity franchise? I'm not hearing a yes.
All right, next.
But this one's quite interesting because it turns out that Paramount is looking to add Paranormal Activity to the franchise with Blumhouse to bring it back.
Okay.
And guess who the director of the next film may be?
Okay, I haven't checked the notes, so it's not one of our boys, is it?
It's just one of our boys.
Is it really?
Oh, no, one of our boys. But a different boy who's kind of one of our boys at the moment.
One of our boys.
Christopher Landon, Freaky.
Oh, okay.
And Happy Death Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Chip and snag.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Get a portion.
Get a chip and snag. That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
okay. All right. I'm not against that at all.
Yeah.
And especially with Blumhouse being attached as well. If they're gonna, okay. Sorry, I don't know if you keep saying that, but
if there's any horror publications that kill or like film franchise companies, whatever developers that can bring back any horror franchise of any capacity, it's Blumhouse.
Oh, exactly, absolutely. And that's the thing, like, as in they're on such a fucking hot streak as of like Jason Blum and what he's doing with Blumhouse and all of those arms and tentacles that he's got spread everywhere right now, like the crosswork with Universal as well, like that kind of stuff. Blumhouse, if you're not already on board, get on fucking board.
That's right.
Like, they're so legit at this point.
Even the ones that are kind of like, here, we made this thing.
Yeah,
like Fantasy Island. Yeah. They're still not bad. They're just not good. But they still don't hit, but they're fine in their own right. But when they really want to nail something down. Like we've got a bit of news later on about Halloween,
and
what's happening with that, which is obviously the next step. Halloween Kills, I believe.
Of course, absolutely.
But yeah, because that's through Jason Blum or Blumhouse Productions as well. Like I've got all confidence, especially with Christopher Landon, who is popular from Happy Death Day 1 and 2, one of the most underrated but greatest horror comedy franchises of all time, I think. As well as Freaky, which is obviously the young, attractive blonde woman who I can never remember the name of.
No, we always forget her name, and we're so sorry because we know she's watching right now, and we apologize.
I know you're.
But Vince Vaughn, you know you're watching. Please send her a message.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm definitely keen on that. So
no, absolutely.
At this point, we don't know anything about what's happening with it, but we do know that is in the works.
Absolutely, and that's probably the first bit of Paranormal Activity news that has actually piqued my interest in wanting to see a Paranormal Activity film, because that franchise has been done to death now, and we need something new. And
I think it's been long enough too.
Involved.
I know the most recent one was a number of years ago now, and I'm pretty sure that was the Ghost Dimension. So I think it's been long enough where it's not going to be like a direct sequel and yet another Paranormal Activity film. I think it's been long enough, like Halloween, for it where it can be kind of like a soft...
Was it the Ghost Dimension?
That's the last one that I saw, unless there was another one after that.
Well, that one was 2015, and I feel like there would have been another one in between.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If it's been that, it's been 6 years, which feels like a long time ago now. In between that film and this one, and this new one will probably come in another 2 years' time.
Yeah, no, I think I honestly think that was the last one, 2015. So it's been enough breathing room now that why not? And you tack in a new face with Blumhouse getting involved in that, and then what's his name again? I apologize.
Christopher Landon.
Christopher Landon. And you get somebody who's actually on a bit of a hot streak at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah. Count me in.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll happily be involved in
and that would be the same kind of deal as the thing I was just thinking about, which I've immediately forgotten.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to the next topic.
I was just going to say Catherine Newton.
Catherine Newton. I knew it was Catherine something, but I was going to
apologize, Catherine. Yes, we know you're watching.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Yes.
Anyway, Face Off. Have you seen that movie?
Of course I have.
Yep. We've
Travolta.
got... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What a weird fucking dumb movie.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
it's good.
We're getting a new one. Adam Wingard, who's directed the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong, is reimagining Face Off for some reason.
Yeah, I recently, because over on Patreon, Patreon 2C3 Pod, go and check that out. I looked up Adam Wingard to find out like his previous works, because he was attached to such a big project.
Yep.
And he hasn't done that much.
And that's probably a good thing.
Well, no, see, that's the thing. I'm like, this is Godzilla vs. Kong is a big deal for him. Like, this is his big movie, because this is the guy who did the Blair Witch remake.
Didn't mind it.
Okay,
I will.
Okay. No, that's fair enough. But he did also do. You know what he did, right?
What?
VHS 1 and 2.
Oh, dude, is that him?
He did segments in it, like you know how it's in segments.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Speaking of which, I still need to get those movies back, and I need to return to you.
We need
that movie that I haven't watched yet.
High Tension.
Yeah.
Tension.
No. I've also.
Wait. Which one? This dude's flogging my movies.
Angry Men.
Or yeah. 12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men. I am
still it's not even mine.
Oh, well, whoever owns this, I'm yet to still watch it.
Yeah, Tom, if you're watching, it's yours, mate. But no, yeah, you really do need to watch it. Like, if anybody out there has anybody, I need to talk to somebody about 12 Angry Men. It's fantastic. It's from like 1954. It's like Henry Fonda, and it is a drama about 12 dudes in a jury box, and they are in a room the whole time, and it's
super drunk.
Shut the fuck up. The whole movie is based on dialogue, and it is one of the most thrilling fucking movies I've ever seen.
Dude, it's in the 50s. They're drunk.
Oh,
they're all sucking on whiskey and
but they are all chain smoking there. Like, yeah, of course they are. A child wanders up and they're like, "What do you want, boy?"
Yeah, chip and a snag.
"Oh, Daddy, could I have another chip and a snag?" And he'd be like, "Go,
of course you
can." No, go hit your mother for me.
Get past that on.
Exactly. It's the 50s. Cheer up, bitch.
That's right. All right. Anyway, look, going back through, we've got a few comments that I think we've missed a little bit there. It's not Blumhouse, but one of my favorite modern horrors to come out is Hereditary from Wilso Splonkel.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
Tony Collette.
Fantastic movie. And if you have seen Hereditary and you haven't checked out Midsommar, go watch that shit. It's fucking wild.
Exactly. Midsommar is nutty, man.
Yeah.
Midsommar is nutty, and that circles all the way back to the beginning where we mentioned the Wrong Turn remake, and that I feel like they tried to make an American backwoods Midsommar, and it's gross.
It's in like terrible. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not gross as in like the dude jumping off the thing in Midsommar and
Anywho.
Right.
Yeah, next little bit of news, which is just, I don't know, like I put this in here thinking, I wonder if we'll actually get to this, but I will briefly mention for those who may be excited about it, if there's anybody in chat right now who's a fan of the Borderlands video game franchise, it's a cel-shaded, cartoony style.
Yes, I love the look of it.
Have you?
No, I haven't played it.
I was going to say,
I love the look of it.
You love the look of it.
Fortnite did that for a moment.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they turned a location, I believe it was Paradise Palms, into whatever the fuck Borderlands is
they
called
did,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you go in there and then it would be cel-shaded.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this looks great. I don't want to play that game, but this looks great.
Yeah, anyway, that whole game's based on that kind of aesthetic, and we are getting a movie about it, so a Borderlands movie. I don't really have information about like the other cast members, although I do know that we've got Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay, so you've got some names.
Big names.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. Another one that Taylor told me that we did see at the movies that we did fucking hate and we did waste our money on.
Oh, yeah.
Hellboy.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Bad movie.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not talking about the Ron Perlman Hellboy.
No, obviously not.
No,
but if you do want to hear
David Stranger Things dude.
If you want to hear David Ayer.
Ayer.
No.
David Escoya. That's the one.
What's his name? David Harbour.
Oh, yeah. David Duchovny.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you do want to hear our thoughts on that, go back to episode 1.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, man.
That was all about Hellboy and how much we
actually,
didn't like it.
No, we don't want people to listen.
Go listen to episode 1 of Two's Company 3's podcast.
No, go listen from episode 8, please. Ignore the first 7.
It's bad. It's real bad.
So bad.
But anyway, yeah.
Available on all podcast platforms, including probably Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course
YouTube. Big Summer Blowout. Anyway, we've got another voice acting role that's been announced for the character of Claptrap in the...
Okay, so it's going to be animated or CGI? Or...
I don't really know. I'm hoping it's animated or CGI in some capacity, because if it doesn't have the cel-shaded look to it, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, right. I feel like that's something they could do in post, though, in today's day and age.
Have you seen the series Love, Death and Robots?
I've seen, I think, the first, 8 episodes. I think I've watched them all.
If you've seen all the first 8 episodes, I'm pretty sure that's it. But there's one episode within that where it's live action of this, Chinese character or this Asian woman who's escaping, a brothel or something.
I was going to say,
and it's got the animated look over the top of it.
Yep.
That would work.
Yes.
I don't think they will do this here.
No.
That's too creative.
Yeah.
But we've got Lionsgate who's
that's an intense...
adapting this.
Yeah.
And we've got other massive roles. But anyway, Claptrap in the Borderlands franchise is a snarky little helping robot dude who's got this squeaky kind of voice.
Yeah.
Jack Black.
Okay, so that's definitely a voice role then, and that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's exactly the impression that you just did.
Hi, I'm Claptrap. I'm going to help you. Whatever.
Yeah, that's Jack Black. Yeah. Wait, do it once more.
Oh, now you put me on the spot.
Whoa, Jack Black.
Jump in a snag.
Dylan?
Anyway, yes, Jack Black has announced to be Claptrap in the Borderlands film, and I think that's a great casting choice.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get a chip and a snake. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right. Anyway, sorry.
Have you seen his gaming channel?
No, wait, he plays?
It's dreadful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Wait, is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's Jablinski Games.
Oh, yeah, no, I heard about it, and I think I looked at it and went, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You've got enough money. He's one of those guys who's like, you're not Justin Timberlake. You don't have multiple talents. You fuck. Wait, he does.
He does.
Oh my god! I just realized how many albums he's sold and concerts he's done, and he's still in movies.
Many years ago. God damn it! Claude is still here, by the way.
Yeah, I love this. I hope that he.
He's our mascot for the rest of the year.
No, exactly. Hopefully, we can get that poof slightly in further. Not Claude. Get the poof slightly in further, and then we can have him more on camera. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway, but yeah,
it looks like you're about to beat him with your chair. Yeah,
but I saw Tenacious D live at the Opera House. I think it was 2014 or 2013. It was just the two of them, an acoustic show.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
Oh, I bet. I can imagine. Those are the kind of guys who they have those such extravagant songs, but then they have those acoustic ones, and it doesn't matter which you get. You're gonna get an incredible.
We got all of the songs, even the more rock heavy versions, fully acoustic, and it was fucking great.
Yeah,
it was really good. You can see Tenacious D shows where they've got the full band performing at Soundwave and Rock and Ring and things like that, which would have been great to see. But it was just their
more intimate, man. It would have been more intimate.
That's what I mean. They were interacting with it was, and the thing, when you're watching it, it's not just a show. It's not just a band playing. It's a scripted show. It's like watching a play. That's what was so good about watching Tenacious D live. It was so great.
Right. So they've got that in between songs, like banter and stuff, and like the carries through. Yeah,
that's the whole arc of Kyle quitting the band, and then 10 minutes ago he comes back and Anyway, speaking of John Carpenter. Yep. There's been some news recently about the release of the possible sequel of Halloween Kills coming to streaming services.
Now, this one makes sense for people outside of our country.
Yep.
Because I know for sure, unless something catastrophic happens, we're getting this in cinemas here.
That's right.
There is not a doubt in my mind.
It was pushed back an entire 12 months initially, because obviously Blumhouse and everybody else who's banking on this are banking on the fact that it's going to have a cinematic, theatrical success.
Oh yeah, they need the box office for this to really prove that they invested in 3 films for this.
That's right.
You know, like in advance.
That's right. And John Carpenter's the kind of guy in history who's all about that cinematic release, that theatrical release.
Oh, absolutely.
As opposed to watching something on your television. He's a lot like Martin Scorsese in that kind of sense, except Martin Scorsese's a bit more sleazy about things.
Yeah, he's a bit more of a douche with the way he says things. He's a legend. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing him. I'm criticizing him.
Yeah, that's right. But John Carpenter has come out recently, and somebody's asked him about what's going on. Is he wanting to get out now? Is he?
He's coming over. I'm just going to give him a bit of a pet
before he leaves. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he's come out, and like, there's the possibility of Halloween Kills being released on streaming services.
Yep.
And John Carpenter, initially, obviously, the initial thought would have been like, well, that sucks. But he's also understanding, well, that's kind of just all we have to do at this point to get this film out there.
Exactly.
Verbatim, the interview says, these guys are making decisions that they consider in their best interests. This is what they see the future is going to be like, so they get these things out they think is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Halloween may be shared that way in streaming because theaters are dead. It's just the reality right now.
Yeah.
And it's a tragedy, but it's true. We have to face it. The studio did contact David Gordon Green, the director, and himself, and they had us put off the new one by a year in hopes that things got better. And things didn't.
Yeah.
So hello, Claude. They're still hoping that things will get better, but at this rate, it looks like, well, because of the theatrical release landscape, they may have to go to streaming services to get this thing out the door.
Yes.
But in saying that, here in Australia, we'll still get it in the cinemas.
No, exactly. That's right. Like, as in the cinemas in our neck of the woods, fortunately, have gotten to the stage where they're even taking streaming service films, you know, for theatrical release to fill out the theaters kind of thing, give us something to watch. So I understand that being an actual legitimate problem across the globe for a lot of locations, which, like, you know, it sucks because we want everybody to be able to enjoy cinema in its intended form.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. You know, I understand why they'd have to make that decision, and that sucks for those people who wanted to see this on the big screen because the first one was really decent.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Like, and I feel like it was going to get better and then better, and then
definitely
Halloween
a theatrical style film. You know,
oh yeah. No, absolutely. They've put everything into this, and they've been talking about it for so long, and we should be gearing up for Halloween Ends at the end of this year, but. It is what it is. So
the bottom of the article does say that Jason Blum, obviously the producer of Blumhouse Films, he's saying that no matter what, it's coming out October 15th this year, whether it's coming out in cinemas, streaming services, whatever it may be.
So,
I'm just fascinated to see where all these films are going to go because, you know, we've also had a recent trailer for Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League for HBO Max, which we will talk about in Trailer Park on Patreon. If you want to hear more about that, go to Patreon. But, you know, that's coming to HBO Max next month.
Yeah.
But there's still no news about what's happening with an Australian release. How are we going to watch this, or am I going to have to steal it?
Exactly, that's right. Unfortunately, there can't be many places in the world that don't have HBO Max like we don't.
That's right.
Like, it's got to be such a small minority. So, like, well, what do we do?
I'm assuming
Australia is a big market, man.
I'm assuming, like all other HBO properties, it's going to be released to Foxtel.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately,
and in that case, I will steal it because fuck Foxtel.
What about movie marathon in the theaters?
I would
4 parts
because they're each like an hour long and there is 4 parts to it. I would be down for that. It would be like watching the original It TV miniseries at the cinemas.
Avatar, man. Avatar was like,
oh, you've said the
oh my god,
you said the forbidden word.
Oh my god, we banned that word.
I know.
Like September last year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh man.
I know. Oh.
Podcast is over, ladies and gentlemen. Pack your bags.
He's a naughty boy.
He's a naughty boy.
Yeah, but anyway, that was like 3 hours 45.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that was in one big session. I imagine, yes, there'll be about an hour per thing, but, you know, yeah, I could totally see that happening. So maybe that's an option.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, why not?
But we'll see. But anyway, that's all the news this week that I found relatively interesting to talk about on this week's episode of 2C3 Pod. Make sure that you hit those subscribe buttons wherever you're listening to this. If it's on YouTube, Twitch, on all of the podcast platforms. Make sure you hit that follow and like button.
Absolutely.
But most importantly, what have you watched this week, Mitchell?
I got to watch a film from 2016, I believe, starring, wow, that was loud.
It was loud.
Exactly. Starring Idris Elba, called No Good Deed, that is on Netflix.
Yep.
So it's a thriller basically about Idris Elba plays a criminal, and he escapes from prison after getting parole, and he terrorizes a woman.
Right.
And her small children. And Idris Elba plays like the bad guy, and he's the killer bad guy.
Killer bad guy.
And I gotta say, this movie's pretty flat. Yep. Idris Elba is fantastic. He's such a good actor in whatever role he does. He's the shining light in this. Also starring Taraji P. Henson. I haven't seen her in anything else, but she plays the woman that he's terrorizing. A few decent co-stars along the way. But essentially, the film's propped up by Idris Elba's performance, and then it just gets a slight pass mark because of a wonderful twist.
Right, okay.
A wonderful twist, because this just seems like random chaos that he's trying to do because he's just a murderous piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know? But there's a wonderful little twist in there that they throw in there, and you're like, huh, not bad at all. Not bad. But still, the rest of the movie, it's okay for just like a chill out kind of like thriller movie. But other than that, it's not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
If you like Idris Elba, you'll probably enjoy it. Honestly,
Idris Elba is pretty much like the best thing about a lot of things he's in.
Exactly. You know? Like I can't think of anything he's done where I've gone, he wasn't good. You know.
That's right.
Like
Like I recently rewatched the first third of Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, which is the sequel, the much more violent sequel.
Is that the one with Rebel Wilson? Or is she in the first one?
Rebel Wilson?
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's in Ghost Rider. I'll look that up right now. Carry on with your thought.
I didn't watch that far into, so maybe. I haven't seen both of those movies in a long time, but Idris Elba is in that movie, and that movie is still great.
Yeah.
It's very violent, and it's weird to see the opening credits to, if anybody who's watched that film recently, it's weird to see a Marvel production with Warner Brothers titles to it as well.
Yeah,
because Warner Brothers and DC are their own thing, and Marvel and Disney. It was weird to see a Warner Brothers Marvel movie. I was like, what the hell am I watching? But it's got that Crank style and cinematography.
Oh yeah. I don't mind that.
Yeah, and it was violent. It's still a good movie, but that's not what I'm talking about this week. But Idris Elba is great in that movie.
All right, here you go, dude.
Yep.
So this is Ghost Rider from 2007, Nick Cage.
Yep.
Down here, where did we just see it? Rebel Wilson, Girl in Alley.
Girl in Alley.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
No, yeah, 2007. So she hadn't broken out yet, but
she was still the bush pig.
I was going to say Fat Pizza.
Fat Pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, God, I hate Fat Pizza.
And I'm not being mean about that. She was literally titled the bush pig, the fat bush pig in Fat Pizza, and I love Fat Pizza. I loved it back in the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to watch a pretty boring ass movie.
Yes.
Called The Boat.
Well, that already sounds terrible.
So
it's called
it had an interesting premise. I watched the trailer for this, and essentially it's the story is about a sailor who goes out randomly on a boat one day. He must be going fishing or something. It doesn't really indicate it, but he goes into this really foggy patch of the ocean where there's just surrounded by fog, and he comes across an abandoned yacht. That's it. Yep.
Okay.
He comes across an abandoned yacht, and it seems to be that the yacht might be possessed and something terrible has happened there. Anyway, he goes on the yacht to see, is anybody here? All of a sudden, his own boat is gone, and he's trapped on this yacht, and he's got to figure out what the hell's going on. However, interesting premise about a guy who's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with this boat that seemingly had a mind of its own. Is somebody on the boat? Are they fucking with him?
Is this a foreign film, sorry?
Sort of, kind of, yes and no.
Okay. Right.
Is it possessed? What's going on here? Anyway, I didn't realize that 90%, or at least feels like the 90% of the movie is him stuck in the toilet on that boat.
That's it.
So
So what type of genre is this?
I don't know, man. It's supposed to be like a thriller. Yeah. It's got one actor and one character played by
Joe Azzopardi,
I guess it is. Anyway,
bless you.
Gesundheit. But anyway, so he's like the sailor who finds this abandoned sailboat, and then he's walking through it. You know, he's trying to figure out what's going on. The motor's not working. All of a sudden, his boat's gone, and he's out in the middle of the ocean. Fuck! How do I deal with this?
Okay.
But the boat seems to like just up and go wherever it wants as it pleases.
Yeah, right.
And then when he's locked in the bathroom, like he can't get out, all this shit goes wrong. He's in the middle of a storm. The fucking door just won't open. He's kicking it, and he nearly drowns. He nearly dies in this fucking thing. But after a while, this is like, there's like a good 30 or 40 minutes worth of him being stuck in this damn bathroom or toilet on this boat.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the door opens. Ooh, is it the spookiness? I just think he's an idiot and didn't think the hinges. If you look at that door, you see how the hinges are on this side.
Yes.
To open a door with hinges like that, you get like a I don't know, a pair of scissors, which you had in the toilet, and you pump it up through the bottom and you pull the bolt out. Yeah, he could have fucking done that within the first 2 minutes, and he would have been out. Oh, anyway. And then
he didn't want to lose his security deposit.
It wasn't his boat. That's the thing. It's not his boat. And then the movie progresses and it keeps fucking with him. And all of a sudden he finds that he comes to land and he gets off the boat. And then the boat just miraculously disappears. And then all of a sudden the boat turns around and it just goes back out to sea. But after all of that, he just goes to a foreign land. I'm spoiling the whole thing.
I was about to say, I'm like, oh, okay.
Fuck this movie.
Tell us how it ends. Yeah.
And then he walks through like this brick alleyway, and then he's back at the start of the film, where he started, where his day started.
Oh, did the day reset?
I don't know.
Did he hop on the boat again?
I don't know. He didn't hop on the boat, but the final shot, it was, the boat was there. Boom, boom. There is one praise I have about this movie, is that not only was the trailer interesting, and the concept could have been so cool, but it was so dumb. But the music, the score, it's quite intense.
Okay.
The score was really good. When it needed to be, it had these really droning operatic kind of themes to it, which was really good. But just the movie just sucked so bad.
And you said you watched it on Amazon?
I think it was Amazon, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm still curious about it because, like you said, there's one actor in it, Joe Azzopardi, and thank you, and it was co-written by him and his brother, and his brother is the director. You know, so there's two dudes who basically went and filmed this movie,
and all power to them. And it is based off a short film called The Head. I think it was called Head or something like that. I couldn't find it. But it was based off a 5-minute short film, which I couldn't see. So, yeah, and people are saying, like, if you look at other reviews, people are saying, oh, this is, like, it's really inspiring. It leaves you asking questions, what's going on. And other people are
what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, and other people like Taylor and I are just like, this is dumb. Like, he locked himself in the toilet, and he probably just didn't tie his boat up properly. And the motor just starts because he probably just didn't fucking turn the thing on correctly. Yeah. Like, it just seems like every situation he finds himself in, he could have avoided easily if he just wasn't such a dumbass. Okay. And that is The Boat. It's a fucking bad movie, but watch it if you want.
I call bullshit on the supposed budget.
What was the budget?
$5 million?
That was probably the boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
or maybe the location.
That's why he couldn't pop the locks, because he's like, well, you really do have a security deposit for this.
That's right. But yeah, anyway, yeah. And that's right. Taser's just reminded me in chat as well. Like, he used the door that he eventually got out of, the toilet door, as like a little safety raft to try and get to a different boat that was in the distance. Yeah. Which, because the boat that he was on, like, wouldn't work. Yeah. As soon as he's, like, floating towards this other boat, he's got, like, a stack of food. He's, like, paddling towards the boat. And then the ghost boat all of a sudden turns back on and just rams him. And then loses all of his fucking food in the ocean. It's like, can't just fucking stay on the boat, goddammit. Anyway. It's a real dumb movie, but don't watch it. But anyway... I think that's been it. Have you seen anything else?
No. That's all I wanted to mention for this week. That's for sure. But, Yeah.
Real dumb movie. But anyway, let us know what your thoughts are of anything that you've recently watched. Let us know in the comments below on YouTube, on Twitch, all of that jazz. We really appreciate.
Have you seen a boat?
Have you seen a boat? And did it have a mind of its own, or were you just an idiot?
We're going to need a shorter boat.
I'm sticking these motherfucking boats in this motherfucking ocean.
One more joke before we go?
One more joke before we go.
All right. What kind of magic do cows believe in?
I don't know.
Moodoo. I think, that's like
a good one.
That's like the,
I'm terrified of elevators. Oh. I'm going to start taking steps to avoid them. Not bad. Not bad. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been another evening as Two's Company 3 is a podcast, also known as 2C3 Pod. Absolutely. Wow, I'm really fucking this up. We greatly appreciate everybody hanging out with us this evening and leaving your comments down below and having a chat about what was the worst movie that you paid to see, whether it was at cinemas or something that you've bought which you wasted your money on. Definitely keep up with those questions online as well, but you can certainly find us on social media. Keep in contact with us. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search 2C3Pod.
Absolutely, that's right. And wherever you're listening to or watching the podcast, thank you for your continued support. We appreciate it. Whether it's on twitch.tv/2C3pod live, of course, where our lovely people have been interacting with us, whether it's on YouTube. Make sure to slap that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell on that. But we do have a cliche slogan for the podcast, of course: Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course YouTube. Big summer blowout.
If you want to support the show as well outside of just listening to us, which we do greatly appreciate, you can certainly find a little bit of merchandise over at TeePublic and Redbubble.com, where you got t-shirts and things like that. But I believe I will be migrating all of that soon over to a new website called Teespring.
Don't mention it yet because we don't have a link.
That's right. We don't have a link just yet, but we will soon. So we'll be getting rid of TeePublic and Redbubble and consolidating everything over there.
But for now, go over there and search 2C3pod.
That's right. But anyway, Patreon.
Yeah, absolutely. Patreon is where you can find early access to all episodes, little bonus episodes as well. Not only that, bonus episodes that you control. If you want something, if you need something, if you want to hear more of something, we can give it to you over there, absolutely. Because all of that comes straight back into that. And not only that, you become a fucking producer. Yeah, you become a legend. I always get aggressive and stuff.
You do get aggressive.
You're a fucking producer. And we fucking love these people. And you get a shout out on the podcast itself. And not only that, the podcast and our live stream, of course. So, of course, we do have a hero. Alice Reddit, of course. Our bloody legends. Courtney Harris, 1001. Mother Duck, Beth, and Dodgy Blade. Thank you for all continued support. We appreciate you greatly.
Absolutely. As we said in last week's Patreon episode, your support there keeps the podcasts actually existing on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of the podcast platforms as well. But make sure if you are listening on those platforms, Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. Recently, if you're watching, we have a 1 out of 5 star review.
And it's fucking hilarious.
It is funny,
but I'm sorry to say we have enough 5-star reviews that we are still 5 out of 5 on Apple Podcasts. So go and eliminate that 1-star review with a nice thick 5-star review. Make sure you write something in there. Tell us what kind of acorns you like. It doesn't matter what you write in there as long as there's words attached to the 5 stars. That's all that matters.
I like the blue ones, but you can certainly contact us as well over at Two's Company 3's a podcast at gmail.com. I made that email before 2C3pod was abbreviated, but also we've got these new episodes. If you're listening to this on those podcast platforms, new episodes every damn week. The episodes are released on Thursday morning. News, reviews, what we've watched at home. If you want to hit up Trailer Park as well, that's now going to be a Patreon exclusive, as well as Yas or Pass, streaming service, Thirsty Recommendations, DTC as well.
Yep, all that jazz, absolutely. But yes, YouTube. Yeah, head on over to YouTube, search 2C3pod, where you can find a full recap of this episode, of course, but not only that, DTCR, of course, and we are getting closer and closer to 150 subscribers over there, so go over there, smash that button, do all that, like all the videos, and just love us.
They absolutely
for who we are.
You can certainly give a follow to this Twitch channel, 2C3pod Live. You can also find me for occasional rage-inducing gaming at twitch.tv/Dylan2C3pod. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, my name is Dylan, and as always, with my co-host
Mitchell, and do not forget,
we're Two's Company, and you are the podcast.